So yeah, let's talk about Chiefs. Yeah, congratulations to the boys. We top of the log. Another win, back to back to back. Order has been restored. But if you ask me, I don't think we're out of the woods yet. So if I were to give advice, I would say put back the fireworks, put the champagne back on ice. It's about to be a bumpy ride, and I think we're about to witness a fall off that is of biblical magnitude. It's going to be bad. It's going to be a bloodbath from what I see. And if we don't do anything about it, it's going to be dire. So why do I say that, right? I think Pirates is still in the pound seat. I think the league is for Pirates to lose. So if you look at the evidence at hand, and look, at the end of the day, I don't want to be a doomsday naysayer, but from the evidence that I've seen on the pitch and what we can offer, the tactics that have been brought on, it's not going to work, gents. It's just not going to work. So yeah, if you look at the evidence at hand, right? Chiefs has played what? We've played 3 games. We've won all 3. On the surface of it, it looks very good. You know, we top of the log. It looks like we're cruising. But if you had to scrutinize it, look at it with a fine tooth comb and really analyze it and take off your Chiefs tainted glasses, not that a Chiefs fan would ever be guilty of that, of course. But if you were to look at it objectively, you'd see that the problems are still there. They're still rearing their ugly heads. Let's look at it. The first game that we played against Stelis, right? And we won 1-0. That's, of course, thanks to the red card that they got very early on in the game. And if you look at how we played, we didn't blow them out of the water. We hardly blew them out the water. Uh, if you ask me, it was more of a whimper than us roaring to a 1-0 victory, thanks to them playing with 9 men for essentially 90 minutes, if you were to look at it properly. The second game, we were gifted with a pumpkin pie. Thankfully, we managed to gobble that up. So that's game number 2. Game number 3 was a bit of silver dust, or what do they call it? They call it gold dust. It was a touch of class from the boys there. Everything came together, from the decision making to the final pass to the weight to the technique used by Gaston there when he put that in top bins, top corner. You know, everything just came together. But unfortunately, that's not sustainable. You can't rely on that week after week. So, yeah, I think Pirates is still in the pound seat. I think the league is for Pirates to lose. Sundowns will obviously always be there just because of the sheer numbers that they have in terms of their squad. I think their manager is absolutely clueless.